Hey y'all, we're back and we're continuing our discussion about purpose, calling, and assignment. In my first video, I broke down what I believe are the distinctions that are helpful between purpose, calling, and assignment, and you can check that out. We're going to move on to another aspect of purpose today, and this is one of the most overrated considerations when people are thinking about what's their purpose. It's not that it shouldn't factor in, but I think it factors in too heavily, and I think it gets overrated or overweighted in determining what someone's life purpose is. And it's this: passion. Passion. Everybody's talking about pursuing their passion. I want to live my passion, pursue my passion. And it's great. I think you should consider what you're passionate about when you are determining what your life's purpose is going to be, no question. But you need a few other things in addition to passion in order to make the purpose work. Passion is a great starting point, but you also need to take a good, cold, hard look at something else, and that is, what are you gifted and talented at? You can be passionate about something. It does not necessarily mean that you are gifted and talented. Gifted and talented means that you have a natural knack for doing this particular thing well above average. That's your gift. That's your talent. You naturally do it above average. Let's take an example. I like to sing. I have a pretty nice voice. But I'm passionate about singing. When I'm around my house, I sing all the time. I'm always singing. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm gifted or talented at it. That does not necessarily mean that I have an ability, a God-given ability that is beyond what is average. So while I may be passionate about it, it doesn't necessarily make me gifted or talented in that area. Gift and talent is particularly important the older you get. Why do I say that? Because the older you are, the less time you have generally in your life. You may have work obligations, family obligations, financial obligations that will cause you to have to very quickly hone in on, what am I gifted and talented at naturally? What do I naturally do at an above average level? Because you have less time at a certain point in your life to start developing gifts and talents. So think about, what are you gifted and talented at? What do you do well, with ease, and you do it at an above average level? That is in addition to passion. But passion and gifting aren't enough. You still need this other thing, and that is expertise. Expertise. What's the difference between a gift, a talent, and expertise? A gift and a talent is something that you do naturally. You do it well at an above average level. Expertise means you've put in the time and the effort to get the training and the experience in order to do it at an expert level. So you can be gifted at something and you can be passionate about it, but it does not mean that you have a certain acquired expertise. Gifts and talents come naturally. Expertise is acquired through effort. So you have to make sure that in addition to passion, which is necessary but don't overweight it, gift and talent, which is necessary but don't underestimate it, and expertise, don't neglect it. Those three things coming together can get you closer to determining what your purpose is. If you are passionate and gifted about something, and you don't have the expertise currently, you need to do an honest assessment about the amount of time and effort you have, and money in some cases, to devote to actually developing and gaining that expertise. But in addition to passion, gifts and talents, and expertise, there's something else that I see people leave out of the equation when determining what they are purposed in this life to do. And this is an easy one to leave out because it is not internal focused, but it is externally focused. And that is this: demand. You can be passionate about something. You can be gifted and talented at it. You can even have taken the time to develop an expertise in it. But that does not mean that there is a market demand for it. What is demand? People will actually pay an appreciable amount to you for you to do this particular thing. That's demand. And there is sufficient demand that they will pay you an adequate amount that you can financially sustain yourself off of this purpose. So there are some things that people are passionate about. They have the gift and talent to do, and they may even have acquired the expertise necessary. But that does not mean that there is a market for it, that there is a commercial market for that particular thing. When all of these things come together, when you have passion, gifts and talents, you have expertise and demand all coming together, it's this sweet spot right here. I color that in bright orange because that means that that's a potentially bright future happening. We need to make sure that in determining purpose, we evaluate all 4 of those areas, and we do it objectively. We get with people who have the wisdom, the experience, the training, and the heart to help us honestly assess our strengths and weaknesses as it relates to each of those aspects of purpose. But when those 4 come together, they come together beautifully. I do a very limited amount of life coaching, and I do much more executive career and executive strategy coaching. When I'm working with people who have done life coaching and they figured out their purpose, their primary challenge is they don't know how to take it forward and execute on it. So they've identified what their purpose is, but they are struggling to come up with a plan and a strategy on how to execute it so that all 4 of these things come together in a way that is financially sustainable. Unless you are independently wealthy, you will need to figure out how to earn some money from your passion, how to earn money from something you're gifted and talented at, how to earn money from what you've spent the time developing an expertise in, and how to market it in a way and bring it forward in a business plan that actually meets the demand with your good or your service. So that is what I call the 4 circles of purpose. These are the 4 things that need to come together. Sit down and evaluate, where do I need work in each of these 4 areas, and how do I bring it to pass? I pray that you get the resources and the help that you need from wise, competent, caring people who will be able to help you do that assessment. I hope this short vid was helpful. Give me some feedback in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Make it a great day.